Welcome to another episode of Out of Spec Dave, where I am in Darien, Connecticut, on the northbound side of Route 95 at the Tesla place. I've been here many, many times, but there's something really exciting going on here that I can't wait to show you, and I'm pretty pumped about it. We have new chargers here, and they're not Teslas. Let's get into it. So as you can see here, we've got the Tesla. These are V3s. There are a total of 10 different stations. It's a bit of a tricky spot here because this is right off of 95. It's very convenient, but it gets a little jumbled right over here when the traffic is bad. Now today, it's not really, there aren't that many cars here. We've got some parking spots and all of that, but this place can get a little wacky. Now, I've been driving by both the northbound and the southbound side of the rest stop, and I've noticed construction. And tonight, I decided to stop in and figure out what is going on over here. Now, you can see not a lot of parking spots are occupied, but there's a fence over here, and we've got a couple of brand new charging stations that are going in. And I actually spoke to one of the construction workers earlier this morning on the southbound side, and I asked him about what these stations were. And they are CCS, and believe it or not, Chatamo. They're from a company called Applegreen, and they're currently wiring only 2 of these stations right now, but they're leaving room for 6. And so I would imagine they're going to be able to put 4 more or 6 more right up here. Now, what I can tell you is this is not going to be a good spot. There's my Model 3 right over there. But when this place gets rocking, you can see you've got the Sbarro and Subway and Chipotle all in there, Panera Bread. And right here, they're already blocking a bunch of spots here. My prediction is that these are going to get iced an awful lot, and it's going to cause a lot of headaches and heartaches. It's not the largest parking spot here right off of 95, and you've got trucks all over there, but I am going to predict that these are going to get iced. Hopefully not. Now listen, hats off to Applegreen. I got to do a little research on this company.
Okay, so in doing a little bit of research here after I got home, on this company, Applegreen, I've learned quite a bit. And I'm sorry to say I didn't know about this, but they're an Irish company. And back 4 years ago, they had announced that they purchased a 40% stake in 23 service plazas in the state of Connecticut, and I think maybe Rhode Island as well, on I-95, 395, and Route 15 in Connecticut. And the thing that's amazing about this is that Applegreen, I believe, it's a Irish company that really does run a very large number of service plazas all around Europe. And so what they're now doing, and it's not that they just started doing this, but their network has been really, if you look at it, in the UK and really Ireland, and now they're moving over here into the States, and so this is kind of an interesting thing where they have a bunch of different charging stations. Let me just see if I can find this. This company really seems to know what they're doing, and partnering with or buying the BTC units. Those are real good 350 charging units. But I think these must be pictures from what they're doing over in Europe. I believe this is the unit that I saw today. Yeah, various plug configurations. So in the ones that I saw today, there's CCS on one side and Chatamo on the other. They've got multiple payment options: credit card, debit card, RFID, Apple Pay, Google Pay. That's great. They have LCD 15-inch high brightness screens, customizable user interfaces, the Halo design, they're green. I thought at first they were, they were Electrify Americas, and they've got 14-foot cables, which are great. Um, so yeah, this is kind of exciting. There are a number of different sites. Let me just see where I can find this. The headquarters is in Dublin, Ireland. So that's pretty amazing. Now, in terms of the different sites that they have here in Connecticut, they've got locations on I-95. Now, I remember the ones that were being put in up in Fairfield. Again, there were only 2 units being put in there as well. The ones here in Darien, both on the northbound and the southbound side, they're just in the process of being installed. I haven't been up to Milford or Brantford. I think I saw them when Katie and I were driving, my daughter and I were driving up to Maine, but you can see that there is on Route 15, the Merritt in New Canaan, I believe, on the southbound side. I've seen that. So look, they're coming into our area, and they're not only running the service plazas, this Applegreen, and they've got all these different brands, Panda Express, Kyle loves that, Chipotle, the gas stations, but they're putting in partnerships with BTC, at least the ones here in Fairfield. They're putting in some really good high-powered systems. Now, the problem is, as I mentioned in the video, is that the location of these is not great. I think they're going to get iced a lot, and I think that there's only 2 that are being put in now with room for additional either 4 or 6. So look, great news. Applegreen, thank you so much for beefing up the infrastructure here in Connecticut with not 50 kilowatt DC fast charging, but some real good units.
Again, they're still under the wraps. You can see the CCS here. You can see the CHAdeMO there. I'm shocked they're putting CHAdeMO in. Well, why not, right? You got your card reader here. They're not fired up yet, but these are BTC units from BTC Power, and they are 350s. So I don't know if you can see that there. But these look like some pretty sweet stations that if they can get max juice coming out of them, 350 amp max, output is 300 to 920 volt DC, 350 amps max. Now, if you look down in this hole over here, you'll see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 different, I guess, conduits that are left up there, and they're going to have to bring these wires up. But when I spoke to the construction worker over on the southbound side this morning, he was proud, man. The guy was like into it. He was really working hard and digging the trenches and doing some curb work over there on that side with some landscaping. But the thing is, he said that they're leaving room for, I believe, 6 additional units. So look, I think what's really good about this is that a lot of the CCS infrastructure is not directly on, let's say, a Route 95, which is right over there. So for example, the Electrify America in downtown Stamford, you need to drive into town. It's a Ridgeway shopping plaza. I mean, there is Electrify America up on 95 in just north of Bridgeport. There's a good one right off the road there. And off the Merritt, there's a good one as well. But some of the Electrify America stations, they're a little bit off the roads, off the main highway. So while I like this location a lot, I just get a little bit concerned that we're going to have some frustrated people when they come to charge, that these units are going to get iced. Now, unlike a mall, a shopping mall, I believe that these types of stations here are sort of, you go in quick, use the restroom, you come out, you grab McDonald's, you grab Sbarro. Maybe you're not in there for that long. So hopefully this has a lot of throughput in terms of if these do get iced. But man, this is a tough spot, tough location. So listen, thank you, Applegreen. But BTC 350s, thank you. We'll take them. I can't believe they're putting Chatamo in. Wow. I mean, all the Leaf owners, take note. You're gonna have a new place right off of 95, and not only on 95 northbound, but also 95 southbound. You're gonna have these units as well. So Applegreen, thank you very much. I'll be reporting more as this construction gets a little bit more updated and finished and finalized. But great job, guys. We really appreciate it here in the state of Connecticut. Thanks for the investment, and hopefully we'll get these up and running real soon.